Good afternoon, YouTube. Akira 2805 here. I need a haircut. I really do. To be honest, I can't get my hair looking no flare anymore. I can't get it no style anymore. It's just but I'm off in a couple of days, so I will definitely get my hair cut by the time I do another review. I desperately need one. This is the end result of me not having a haircut within a month. Anyway, today I'm here to, tonight I'm here to talk about war. Actually, I'm here to talk about its history, its evolution. Trust me, when I first started this deck, it was nothing like it is now. Fabled, stability, destruction, search power, and just summoning. And the card that makes this deck war, Obelisk the Tormentor. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a quick recap of this deck's history. I'm going to show you some cards I had in the deck before. I'm going to show you just... It's been through hell. I've been through hell. I've spent so many hours with this deck. It's unreal. Anyway. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to turn this off and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. War's history. Now, aside from Obelisk the Tormentor, I was sticking very close to my Challenge of the Titans video. As I said in my video, I issued it to everyone that was watching that video, including myself, which I had already been working on one before I made that video. And aside from Obelisk, I had him, two Supremacy Sons, Dark Lord Asmodeus, and the Wicked Dreadroot. Let me get him out there. One second. Aha, the missing link. Yeah, so these are the main cards my deck was supposed to be famous for getting out. Sadly, I didn't see much of these two. I saw very little of him, but these two cards were the main ones I was really able to get out and keep out and actually win duels with. I was satisfied at first, but these cards are not the main ones I wanted to get out. I wanted to see if I can actually get out these two. And cards I had to get these cards out with were... First, I was going to go with a junk deck, a junk card deck. But sadly, I did not have enough. These two junk cards are the only junk cards I possess. You're looking at the only two copies I have. And that's just sad. So, out the door with those. Then I was going to go with a Steel Swarm deck concerning the new Hidden Arsenal 5 cards. So, I started collecting a bunch of those. It really wasn't working out either, because most of the Steel Swarms didn't have much special summoning power. Now, you can tribute summon a lot by getting the higher levels out by sacrificing lower level Steel Swarms, but that's not what I wanted, because these guys right here all required tribute summons of their own, which is normal summoning. So, out the door with these because I needed special summoning power. Okay, so out the window with him. Then I was going to go with all monsters based off light ability, which consisted of 3 Daybreakers, him, and a bunch of other light-based monsters that can special summon themselves. And to help that, I would have 3 Photon Leads. Zoom in a little bit here. Sadly, that was working for a little bit, but my hand was becoming very scarce, and I hate having no hand unless I'm going for the kill. And it was just a waste of a card, really. I mean, by the time you're done, you have like 1 or 2 cards in your hand, and I did not like that. So I took these 2 cards out and a bunch of other light monsters. I stuck with the Daybreaker, 3 of him in there. I then put cards in like the Naturia Cherries. I had 3 of them in it. I had also 3 copies of the Nimamamanga and Goblinbergs and Marauding Captain. So yeah, 3 copies of each and every one of those cards, plus in combination with these guys, that's a good 40. That's a good 19 to 20 monsters. Fine there. But as good as these cards are, they were still slow, not fast enough. And him, I wasn't seeing him at all. Because you have to... Yeah, let me show you him right here. Yeah. It's an okay effect. I mean, you summon Marauding Captain, special summon a Daybreaker. If you have another one in your hand, boom, you got 3 monsters in the field, but you've already normal summoned, which you cannot summon any of these in that turn. So I stuck with this for about a week, see how it would do. It was a slow process, but yeah, still wasn't meeting my expectations. I then thought about him, and I was like, okay, if I'm going to have all these other monsters out with high attack and everything, his effect would slow me down because it would have the attack of every monster on the field. And I'm like, no. So let's try the Wicked Avatar. Much better effect. Doesn't have a negative effect on me in any way. But since I had a whole bunch of other weak monsters on the field, and the opponent was smart, he wouldn't summon up anything. Because this guy would always be 100 attack points stronger than the strongest monster on the field. So really, he wasn't doing me no good either. So out with the Wickeds completely. But I kept in these 4. It was down to 4 now. Then I swapped out most of my trap card selection and replaced them with a bunch of trap monsters, like the embodiment of a Popus, the Tiki Soul, the Tiki Traps, and Metal Reflect Slime. But the only problem is I had Heavy Storm in that deck. And as much as I love Heavy Storm, and pretty much every deck needs a Heavy Storm, these cards were holding me back. Because if I had already activated these cards, or they're just sitting on the field, and my opponent has 3 or 4 set cards in the field, and I'm hesitant to make a move, I can't do anything about it. At least not with that Heavy Storm, because I would have 3 of these on the field. And I'd be like, yes, I would wipe out his back row, but I would also wipe out mine, which would decrease my chances of summoning these guys. So, out the door with those ideas. Then, now, still keeping these 4 in play, I found out the Fableds, and I had plenty of them. Only ones I had to order was another copy of the Chawa. Let's see what else. I had to order Fabled Raven. I had to order, let's see, Jester Confit. And let me zoom in here. Which can be special summoned. So, no big deal there. Great effect, but the thing is, you can only play one of these at a turn. So I'm like, hey, perfect, why not order two? Great. Okay, then after that I discovered the incredible effects of the Reborn Tengus. So I ordered 3 of those. You know, great card. You lose one off the field by any means, you can special another one from your deck. Which should help you keep a monster on the field, and it would also excuse me. And it would also thin out your deck at the same time. So hey, perfect. So I ordered 3 of those. Then I discovered magical ability of the Fiend's Sanctuary. You can use these in combination with your Fabled summons to get him out, or any other ones out. Matter of fact, or you can summon him out, then play 2 of these if you're ever lucky enough to use his effect. Wipe out all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Hey, great. Okay, so perfect right there. Good. Yeah, that's why I run Fiend Sanctuary. And the only Synchros I had in my deck at that time, that point in time, was the Leviathan, 2 Unicorns, and 2 Fabled Raging. I'm like, okay, good start off, but I need more. I need more special summoning capabilities, and I need more of an offense. I can't just rely on these 4 cards. So I added in cards like the Black Rose Dragon, Thought Ruler Archfiend, let's see, Cataster, and the Flameveil Uruquaiza. Then I found out that I needed more tuners and more Fabled monsters that can be discarded and special summon from the grave. So I had a tough time. Sadly, my decision was I had no choice but to take all 3 of these out. But I made sure that he stayed. And he did. Then after that, about maybe a week later, I discovered the incredible powers. Well, if I got all that I needed from tuners, the balance of it, the discarding balance, the special summoning balance, and I still had 5 slots opened up in my side deck. First, I was like, okay, Stardust Dragon. Hey, great. Perfect level 8. He can defend me from a great card to use for defense. So I'm like, why not? Then I discovered that I have a bunch of level 1 tuners and a couple of other level 1 monsters. So hey, Formula Synchron was a must. And then if I had these 2, of course, getting Shooting Star out was even easier. I'm like, hey, great. I've summoned him plenty of times. And then after that, I still had 2 more slots opened. I was watching this live action duel on YouTube. Dragons versus Dragons, and I like this guy's deck. He was able to get out the Red Nova Dragon. So I'm like, okay. I got like 2 of those. Okay, so how are you going to get him out with these? Well, after summoning up Red Dragon Archfiend, his deck can summon up a level 8 like it's no one's business. And then how to get him out with these would be Deep Sea Diva would be the easiest way to do that, because you summon up one, unless you summon up another one from your deck, and then if you have him on the field already, boom. Henceforth, the Nova Dragon. And that's the introduction of these 5 cards were introduced into the deck, and they have worked out great for me. Whew. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I stand. Excuse me. And that's where I stand today on this deck. Nothing else is different. Nothing else is different. It's all the same. What you saw in my video not too long ago. And that's it. My throat is dry. I'm tired. Time to call it a day. Okay, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this little deck history. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Comments are more than welcomed. And that's it. So until next time, this is Akira 2805 signing off, and thanks for watching.